Welcome to Desai Academy of class 9th, first chapter, matter in our surroundings. Today's topic is particles of matter attract each other. Okay, so for understand the how particles are attract each other, simply they are given some activities to understand how particles are attract each other. For to understand, they are given some activity. What is this activity? You have to divide the some group of peoples into four groups. Okay, first play this game in the field. Make your groups and from the okay, play this group in a field. Make four groups and from human chain has a suggested. Okay, how to first you have to make groups like four groups in the form of human chains as is shown in the figure like this. You have to make the groups in a four different groups members. The first group should hold each other from the back and lock arms like Idu Mishami dancers. Okay, there are total four groups you have to divide. In each group some students some persons are kept in that, and first group is locked like this in this figure they are showing they are locking their hands in their back sides. So like this you have to lock their hands in this manner. So this this they usually this will happen, this type of dance is a culture of what in Idu Mushami. The second group of peoples will do the second group should hold hand for from human chain. Second group only holding their hands. The third group should form a chain by touching each other with only their fingertips. First group will lock their hands like the figure showing in figure 1.3. The second group of peoples by holding their hands. Third group of peoples only touching their hands, only touching. Then now the fourth group of students should run around and try to break their human chains one by one into as many as small group as possible. Okay, so fourth group will do, they are trying to break the groups of first, second and third group. In which group easily the bond will breaks means we can say that in the third group because they are only touching their hands. In the second group they are holding their hands, but in the first group they are holding and locking each other, so it is very difficult to break their bond like this. In this group of peoples we cannot break easily because they are holding each other and locking their arms, so we require more energy to break this type of human chain, but the other in other two cases we can easily break. This is simple activity they are given here. If we consider each student as the particles of matter, then in which group the particles held each other with the maximum force? Okay, see this first group and second group and third group we are considered. In the student, the number of students are considered as the number of particles, means in which group more force is required to break the bond, means we can say that in a first group it will require more force to break their bonds, and also there is a lot of attraction force is there in the first group. Next, another example, another activity given here, activity 1.7. Take a iron nail and a piece of chalk powder. Okay, what we have take here, take a iron nail and I take a iron nail and on a chalk, on chalk you have to take it chalk. Okay, so we have taken a iron nail, right? This is iron nail and another is what, chalk. This is roughly look like a chalk. Okay, to take an iron nail and chalk, try breaking them by hammering and cutting or stretching. So in these two cases, which is easily break down by hammering and cutting or stretching, we can say that the chalk is easily is divided into several pieces compared to the iron, correct? In which of the above three substances do you think the particles are held together is a greater force? Okay, for this, in the case of iron nail and chalk piece, which particles are stronger? We can easily say that the particles of iron are stronger than particles of chalk piece, because we cannot break the iron very easily, but chalk piece can breakable very easily. So means here the particles are more attractive in iron compared to the chalk piece. This is simple activity. Next, again activity 1.8. take a some water in a container. Try to cutting the surface of water with your fingers. Okay, so you have to take a container, and in that cutting the surface of water with your fingers. Okay, so there is a water. When we add your fingers in that and try to cut this water flow, water in that, where you able to cut the surface of water, you are cutting, this means you are trying to cut the surface of water, means it will not cut by your fingers, because again they having a strong force of attraction between the particles of water. What could be the reason behind the surface of water remaining together? Because they hold together with strong attractive force. Any particles that cannot be easily breakable in any water, you can take the water, iron nail, wood, any kind of material that can easily breakable, means the attractive force is less. The substance which have more attractive force between the particles, means they cannot break easily. In the case of iron, they will not break easily, but in the case of chalk piece, they will break easily, because they having a low attractive force between the particles. Okay, from all these activities, 7.6, 7.7 and 1.8, what will concluded means, the above three activities, 1.6, 1.7 and 1.8, suggest that particles of matter have force acting between them. From these all three activity concluded that every particles of a matter having a attractive force. This force keeps the particles together. This force making them closer to each other. The force will binding the particles together. The strength of this force of attraction varies from one kind of matter to the another kind of matter. What is this meaning? Means the all particles does not have same attractive force. Every particles is different from another particles. For example, we taken here iron nails and chalk piece. Correct? So in the chalk piece, the chalk piece can easily breakable, but iron cannot be breakable easily, because both are substance only, though both are matter only, both are having a attractive force, but there is a difference in how much force is there. In the case of iron, it is having more attractive force. In the case of chalk piece, it is having a less attractive force. So both are having a attractive force between the particles, but some particles having a more attractive force and some particles having a less attractive force. But every particles of matter having a attractive force, but some particles having more attractive force, some particles having a less attractive force. From all these we concluded, so from this some particles having some characteristics. What is that particle having characteristics? Means here first, particle having a space between them. Particles having a space between them. Second point, particles attract each other. Second point is attract each other, and they having continuously moving. So these are the 3 points of what particles of matter are. The characteristics of particles are 3 types. What are the particles? First, in your exam they will ask for 2 marks. Write the properties of particle, means first point you write particles having a space between them. First point, they having space between them. Second point, the particle of matter continuously moving, they are continuously moving. Third point is they will attract each other. These are the 3 points how to remember. Remember that write the properties of particles, means you can write first, they will attract each other, and they are continuously moving. And third one is they having a space between them. These 3 points you wrote, it means you will get 2 marks. Okay, this is the properties of particles. Okay, next topic will comes here, states of matter. States of matter. Okay, already you know that everyone familiar about these states of matter from class 6th 7th okay 8th also. We having a solid, liquid and gases, right? These are called as states of matter only, solid, liquid and gases. In this chapter we will discussing about more about solid, more about liquids and more about gases. What are the properties of solid, what are the properties of liquids, and what is the property of gases. And also we are comparing the properties of gas, liquid and solid with each other. So we'll continue in the next class. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe my channel and share with your friends.